There are four main styles of communication: the relator, the socializer, the thinker, and the director. They sit in a scale of each having different amounts of open and guarded, indirect and direct attributes, being unique and useful in each individual situation. The first type is people-orientated and indirect, the relator. The relator is someone who cares about others' feelings more than tasks or effectiveness. A relator generally prefers happy employees, sometimes at the cost of their productivity. Relators are usually easygoing, but they can be frustrating to work with if you're more of a goal-orientated person. If you're a relator, you like to make other people happy. However, some coworkers prefer to know what they have to do, rather than talk about their feelings. Make sure you provide these people with clear instructions and expected results. To communicate with a relator, slow down your pace, and don't use logical arguments to sway them. Instead, give them time to think about the problem and make a decision. Asking for a relator's ideas and opinions is a good way to get him or her talking. With a relator, you should seek mutual agreement on goals and deadlines. The second type is people-orientated and direct, the socializer. The socializer also likes to relate to other people, but they prefer a more direct and fast-paced approach. Socializers act very similar to the relators, as they usually like to find common ground with other people, but in contrast are still productive and efficient. The socializers act very similar to the relators, as they usually like to find common ground with other people, but in contrast are still productive and efficient. They definitely like to have fun, and will generally avoid tasks that require them to be alone, same as the relator. When you're a socializer, you like to be around people and talk as you work. You work well in teams, but prefer a fast-paced work environment. You're accepting of different ways of working, whether some people may prefer more quieter spaces, or people wanting to have very loud spaces. To communicate with a socializer, you should talk in a passionate manner, and not waste time. Make sure you relate with them on social terms, as much as professional terms. Even a few minutes chatting as you pass by each other in public, or in the elevator can make all the difference. The third type is task-orientated and indirect, the thinker. Thinkers take a slow, but analytical and logical approach to work. They are problem solvers, mainly working alone and not communicating much. They value thoroughness and precision highly. These parts of them are often at the cost of other individuals' feelings, as usually they are not caring or noticing them. They are slow to make decisions because they like to analyze all the relevant data before committing to a certain path. If you are a thinker, you prefer to work alone. You like hard data and real numbers, and tend to be suspicious of people who aren't in command of the facts and data. You typically like very specific language and dislike vague language. You focus on getting things done, but you want them done the right way, which makes you slow and cautious. To communicate with a thinker, bring plenty of data with you. Focus on the proof rather than hazy ideas and thoughts, and give him or her plenty of time to make a decision. Keep your voice soft and slow-paced. Give them mostly written information with numbers, as it's easier for them to look at the facts. The fourth type is task-orientated and direct, the director. The director is well known for getting results. They work very well with thinkers as they have similar mindsets. Directors can be a bit over-aggressive sometimes and competitive. This can occasionally have a negative effect on co-workers and relations. They also like to be in control, and when people around them are slow, they usually push them forward whether they like it or not. If you're a director, you definitely like to get things done and quickly. You are decisive and direct, and can be counted on to make split-second decisions. However, you find it hard to relate emotionally with other people, and you can get frustrated when they don't keep up with your intense speed. To communicate with a director, avoid emotional arguments and long explanations. Speak in a fast pace and make eye contact. Get straight to the point and focus on results and objectives. Flexible communicators are individuals who are able to use all these styles, interchanging between them for the best suited one for each situation.
Created using Powtoon.